Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live. I see you guys in the chat. And thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and also when I upload videos. I actually just uploaded a video a little while ago. Did any of you guys get a chance to look at it? It was all about what the moon is doing right now, which star family of light we are able to connect with right now. And so the moon yesterday into today was actually on the Pleiades, and then into tomorrow will be on Aldebaran, which is the royal fixed star connected to Archangel Michael, and also Rigel, which is the star connected to the Orion star family. So those three starseed families are kind of, these portals are opening up. So I'm really excited that I got to do that video today. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. I do want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. So let's take a moment to do that. Hello, Wendy. How's it going? Hello, Rebecca. Chandra Sangat is here. Hello. Veronica is here. We got Rebecca, another Rebecca. We got Shannon. How are you doing? Sherry. Hello. Hannah. Hello. Welcome. You watched it and it was great. Awesome. I love that. Yes. So those videos are going to be coming out more often when I feel called to make a video. The thing that I'm really excited about, and I want to let you guys know about this before we get into readings, but the list is open. If you want to get a reading tonight, it's $25 sent to my PayPal. The link is in the description of the video. But you guys, I remember when I told you guys that I was going to design a calendar, like an astrological calendar that would, hey Valerie, welcome in, that whatever, I remember what I said about it, but I just remember telling you guys that I was going to make this calendar and it was going to be a seasonal thing and I was going to release it. Basically, the first one will come out on the spring equinox. Well, yesterday, of course, because I am a Gemini, right? So I have all this Gemini energy. I actually have Venus on Aldebaran, my North Node on Orion, I have Pleiades energy too. And whenever the moon comes into Gemini, it's like for me, it's like I'm receiving all of these downloads. And one of those was as I was working on the outline for the calendar, I realized something. I realized what the true passion behind that calendar really wants to be and really wants to become, and the information that wants to come through are these magical portals that open up. And so the calendar, which will be released on the spring, probably the week right before the spring equinox, so you can have it as soon as I have it. I get it done. I'll release it. But it is going to take a minute because I'm going to cover 3 months. But anyways, the idea that I got is, and what it needs to be, is a calendar of portals where you get to see and have all the dates of all of these little portals. And there's little portals, and then there's big portals, and it really depends on, the sun and the moon are the luminaries, but then also all the other planets and, the new and the full moon. So I am designing this, and it is really just coming alive. And it really started coming alive yesterday and the day before. It's just been like coming through. So I am so excited about that because I realize that's what it really wants to be. And I don't think it's really ever been done before, which I'm like, yeah, I'll be the first one. So I'm really excited about that. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for being here. I would love to invite you to join my email list. The way you get on it is you can download my free moon astrology guide that tells you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. And if you guys haven't checked out my podcast, the last episode on the Channel for Grace Uncut podcast was all about the Aquarian age and what do we do now that it's here. And the next episode, you guys, is going to be with my sister Chandra Sangat. So make sure that you guys follow her. She's in the chat because we're going to be talking about parenting in the Aquarian age, which we've been kind of dealing with this situation that is really kind of putting us in that place and making us think so much about being a parent during this time, whether you have kids or not. Like, even you have, you could have kids around you and you're parenting those kids. It takes a village kind of a thing. So whether you have kids or not, learning how to parent in the Aquarian age, learning how to parent in a world that is quickly changing, quickly advancing. We're going to see technology that we've never seen before. And we need to know why we're here. Like, we need to usher our kids right into, like, okay, here we go. You came here you have a mission, and let's get right to it, because really that's what we were meant to do. But I think obviously the way our society works is not, it like doesn't allow space for that. So that is going to be really exciting coming up next. So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about that. Sherry says, also, I wanted to say thank you for being such an amazing teacher. I truly learned so much from you, especially with learning about the charts. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you to all the moderators for being here and helping to moderate in the chat and share all the links of all the amazing stuff that is coming up. I am so excited about your calendar. Me too. Yes, I can't freaking wait. Like, when I figured it out, I was like, wait, all of these are portals. Everything I'm writing down here, all these major dates are portals. So I was like, I'm creating a calendar of portals, like, just call it what it is, And then it really lit up. And I'm like, okay, so much is coming through. So we have Darcy. We have Darcy on the list. And then we have Veronica. And the list is open after that. So Darcy, if you're here, will you let us know in the chat? And yes, if you guys have any, random questions, feel free to ask. I would say this is kind of a good time. But yes, there's just so much happening, and I'm really, really excited about all of it. Here's a question. Jai, what time is the moon goddess tomorrow? I asked because I am attending a funeral, and at this point I feel super lame that things keep popping up. It's not because I don't want to be there. I know, Hannah. Don't feel weird about it. Did you get to watch the replay? Make sure you keep watching the replay so you stay energetically connected with the group. And when you're there, when you get to be there, it'll be perfect timing. So tomorrow for the Moon Goddess training, we go live at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be live for, I've allotted 2 hours, but usually we're probably going to go beyond that, maybe a few minutes to 30 minutes over. So just make sure you just kind of give yourself a little bit of window of time to be there and process, because tomorrow we're actually diving a little bit deeper into sharing and connecting and checking in and getting to know each other a little bit better. And then we're going to learn some awesome astrology, which I'm really excited about. So let's see. Saturn Uranus square is just like, don't think so, Hannah. I know there's so much going on. Hello, Mary Ann. Mary Ann, I have yet to email you, but you won the giveaway for January. So you won a love astro compatibility reading. And if you if you're like, I'm not in a relationship, or I'm not really in a place, or if you want to know just in general the compatibility between you and any person in your life, that's totally doable. We can do that. Otherwise, you can always give it away to somebody that you think might need it. So I just want to tell you that I'll eventually email you about this. I've just been like so crazy. There's so much going on. I haven't even gotten around to it, but congratulations. You won. Hello, Stacy. Welcome in. Yes, I did. And I especially love the part where you mentioned the shaman, how cultures didn't see them as over. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, there she is. I might as well just tell you right now. So let me check PayPal real quick. I don't see Darcy, but I have a feeling she's going to come in any moment. And so we will go ahead and start with you, Veronica, if that's okay. If you are ready, if you have your question, what you want to know, we'll just go ahead and start with you and see if Darcy shows up in the chat. Yeah, me too. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mary Ann. So you can choose if you want to get a reading tonight. If you're feeling like this is a really good time. Like I said, the moon there's a portal right now that has been opened, and it's with the Pleiades, with Archangel Michael, and with Orion, the Orion star family. So this is a good time for intuitive messages. So I say tarot is going to do really good right now. But you can get a tarot reading. You can get an astrology reading. I can look at your natal chart. I can look at your progress chart. I can look at transits for you. I can also look at 2 charts together, so a little bit of synastry. Those are the options that you have for signing up for a reading for tonight. And remember, when you sign up for a reading, you get entered to win the giveaway for the month. And I do a giveaway every single month. Sometimes I give away jewelry, which if you haven't checked it out, I'm on Etsy at Eagle Star Jewels, which I'm getting ready to make some awesome stuff. I'm also, I give away readings. Excuse me. I have given away, I can't remember what else I've given away, but readings, and I mean, it's awesome, the stuff that you can win. Put me on the list. Yes. Yay. Yeah, that's awesome. So how have you guys been feeling this week? Because this week has been pretty wild. It's been pretty intense. You guys let me know while I'm pulling up Veronica's chart. Okay. So will you put your information too for me, Veronica, so I can pull up the chart, which you're probably doing already as we speak. And then I just saw that Christina G just got on the list as well, so let's add that. Thank you, Wendy. Transit reading, please. This week has just been intense, and I'm curious about the sun conjunct my natal Jupiter I messaged you about. Okay. That sounds good. I intend to get a reading tonight, but not until later because I'm trying to multitask. Okay, Hannah. Sounds good. So we are waiting for Veronica's information so I can pull your chart. Unfortunately, as many readings as I've done, I don't memorize people's information. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I really don't. You're on a roller coaster. Oh my god, yeah, it's pretty insane. It's pretty crazy. There's so many things going on that are really kind of like, unpredictable. So there we are. 12:53 a.m. And that was in what location? I know it's in Colorado. I can't remember what location. It's been really intense and deep, but also calming, and a lot of things are coming to light. Yes, that too, Sherry. I will agree with you that it's been up and down for sure, Thornton. Okay. All right. So now let me get the transits on there, and we're almost ready to go. All right. Almost there. Let me switch the screens here and share it. Yeah, I've been going through my own crazy stuff this week too. Like really just weird challenging situations that you're like, seriously? Do I really have to deal with this right now? Yes, you do. It's kind of like that. But it's interesting too because when it gets that way, it really makes you think about the times where there's no drama and the coyotes are howling. Can you guys hear them? There's hundreds of coyotes here. Wow. Okay. There we go. What's I see Gaia's like, what's going on out there? I don't think so, coyotes. Tell them, Gaia. You tell those coyotes. You tell them, Gaia. Okay, Mama. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, they were like going at it. Okay, Mama. Hello, Nelly. Welcome in. Okay. Hi, Sofem. Lurking at the moment. Ups and downs. Yes. Well, good to have you here. Good to see you. I'm trying to figure out what the Venmo is. Chandra, give me 1 second. Okay, Mama. Okay, Mama. I'll just put you on the list and we can deal with that later. There we go. Okay. So, okay, let's focus on the chart that we have in front here. And if Darcy comes in, you guys let her know that we're waiting for her. So here we go. Yeah, she's like, get out my yard. But they're not really in the yard, but we're very close to the mountains here. My dog Zero says hi to Gaia. Hello, Zero. That sounds like, oh my God, I just remembered. What's the name of the dog in The Nightmare Before Christmas? The one with the red nose. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at these. So you want to know about the conjunction reading. You want to know about the conjunction that's happening with your Jupiter, with the sun and Jupiter. So here's the sun. The sun is right now at 1 degree of Pisces and Jupiter is at 2 degrees. So they're already conjunct, but the exact conjunction is going to happen tomorrow. So right now you're feeling it, but it's intensifying. And then on Sunday is when the sun's going to be exactly on Fomalhaut, which we've already had plenty of conversations about. But I think what's happening with this, so this for you is a very powerful portal that's opening up for abundance. And also the ability to communicate, right? Because this is your third house of communication. So when the sun is conjunct your Jupiter, who happens to be only 1 degree away from Fomalhaut, which is the fixed star, the royal fixed star, and it's connected to Archangel Gabriel. What with you, it's like the door that opens to receive messages. So the sun is the main luminary in the sky, and it's the one that it's our star, right? So our central star. So it gives off light. The moon reflects the sun, but it's the other luminary because it also gives off light by way of reflection. So what this is really doing is activating your Jupiter, which expands your psychic abilities because your Jupiter is in Pisces, aligned with that fixed star. So everything that we talked about in your reading is, it's like opening up a space for you to commune with with the higher beings, with your spirit guides, with your like team, right? So that's really what that means for you specifically in your chart. And the other thing I was going to point out is that, you know, in your 7th house, you have your Chiron, right, at 9 degrees, which is on Aldebaran. And so when the moon moves into Aldebaran tomorrow, it will conjunct your Chiron. So you may also be feeling in these next couple of days the activation or the energy of healing showing up, like healing your ability to communicate, to speak your truth, to understand your truth, because Chiron in Gemini is a crisis over knowing your gift to communicate, your gift to speak and express everything that you are, and to let go of like the insecurity of like being so flexible and being all over the place with Gemini energy and Chiron, and allowing yourself to just let the curiosity take you and be okay with that. Because a lot of what happens with Geminis is, in Gemini energy in general, is that they tend to feel insecure about the fact that they can't pick one thing that they're good at, because they jump around, and that's their gift. You're not supposed to know one thing and one thing only. You're supposed to know a little bit about a lot of stuff. And that's the healing journey with Chiron in Gemini. And then maybe eventually you get to a point where like, okay, for me, let's take me as an example. Astrology is the thing that I finally like, okay, I landed. I have Chiron and Gemini too, close to Aldebaran too, but it's the thing that, well, I finally landed here. But what I do with it is I do a lot of different things with it. So I find myself, you know, doing readings. I find myself doing many different types of readings. I find myself reading all kinds of different astrology, not just one specific astrology and that's it. I find myself wanting to create things like the calendar and things like that, doing I don't just do one thing, even though it seems that way probably to a lot of you. So that's the healing journey that right now, at least, there's a light shining on like the wound, right? Like that Gemini wound, that the ability to speak, and only you really know what that's really like, you know, within yourself. But that's what that conjunction really means. Those two conjunctions, because remember, they're happening at the same time right now. And obviously the sun only comes around into Pisces once a year. So this Sun Jupiter is a time of abundance, it's an auspicious time. So if there's anything that you want to start, it's or anything that you want to create and activate, start a project, anything like that, begin the communication of a certain thing, this is the time. This is the auspicious time where the good luck comes in, like Santa Claus comes bearing gifts, you know? So that's basically what that's about. So there you go. I think that's good. I think that'll give you a lot to think about for sure. So thank you, Veronica. Let me know how that was for you. I know you were just like sitting there, just like taking it all in. I do that too. I'm like, oh yes. Huge shift in perspective since this last week. And yes, the highs and lows. Okay, Wendy's agreeing with that. Thank you, Rebecca, for posting that link up. Yes, the list is open. Chandra Sanga's on it as well. Thank you, Wendy. Hola. Do we have, yes, list is open. I'm feeling like looking at my transits for what's happening this crazy time. Yes. Yeah, right. The Gemini pain is real. For a long time, I was like, I'm not fulfilled. I'm beginning the proposal / okay, dude. Yes. Yes. Yes, this is it. Like, put all your heart and everything into it. This is like the door that opens up for you. I love that. All good. Okay, Chandra wasn't transit. Okay, so Christina G. If Darcy comes in, remember, Darcy will be next as soon as she comes in. Christina G, go ahead and put your question up, my dear, and we will get continuing on forward. I really like doing that reading for you, Veronica. That was really cool. And that's what I love about, like, so now you know these, because Veronica had a starseed reading with me and it was like out of this world. And like so many things like came up for me while I was doing it and for her while she was doing it. It was like epic channeling session for me. And that's what's so cool about knowing the starseed markings in your chart. And that's what's so cool about the calendar that I'm going to be creating, because of everything is all tied to this. Like starseed, light, family, like family. This is all like this is what I was supposed to do. Like, I am here to be that messenger. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart in my 12th house. So it's like I'm full on channeling when I'm in the zone. Julene just got on the list, so I got you on there. You will be after Chandra. So, Christina G, there it is. So there's a lot of conflict going on with a coworker. Okay, and you were thinking about leaving, but then she gave her 2 weeks notice. So will this happen and things go back to being peaceful? Yes, I love that, Veronica. So will she actually leave? Is that what you mean? Will she actually leave once the 2 weeks is over? Wow. If you have time, Jai, could I have a transit tonight inside of a love? Yeah. You mean, do you want me to do it tonight you want your gift to be for tonight for a mini reading? Because you actually won like an actual reading, a love compatibility reading. So if you have someone you want to do that I will just tell me in an email and I'll do it for you, because you won that reading. And that's like I usually go about 30 minutes on those. You'll have like my full attention. Well, a transit. Okay, so that's a different question. So a transit tonight instead of a love reading. Oh, sorry. I just got it. So you want me to do, yeah. I mean, if that's what you want, I'm cool. We can do that. We can totally do that. Just say yes or no, and we'll keep going. Okay, so is that the question, Christina? Is she actually going to leave? And I know you're asking if things are going to get back to being peaceful, but is when you say, so will this happen, do you mean will she actually leave? That's the clarification question that I need. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, Teachers, for being here with us today. I would like to ask help clearing the energy of these cards and clearing my own energy so I can be that channel of grace and wisdom and intuition to flow through to anyone receiving a tarot reading tonight, and also everyone receiving an astrology reading. Thank you. Okay, got it. I'm going to pull a major arcana first. I want to see like the underlying sort of energy going on here. What's the underlying energy that will give Christina some more insight into the situation? Okay, Marianne, perfect. I'll put you down for tonight. Transit reading. Okay, there's hesitation for sure. The card's not coming out. There's a lot of like uncomfortable, like no one's moving. Like, I don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. There it is. The Emperor. Oh, actually, two of them came out. Okay. The Emperor is first. I lead with wisdom, integrity, and virtue. So this is about leadership. You see the eagle and the lion, right? The eagle is the divine, it's God. The lion is the loyalty and the leadership. There's leadership. That's so someone needs to step up into that leadership role. I think that's I feel like that's like missing right now. The next card that jumped out is the Justice card. I am truthful with others and myself, and I take full responsibility for my choices. So this is about understanding, like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where they're at. Also, justice is really about like what's going to be fair. What's the fair treatment? What's, once the Justice card comes out, it's like the scales of Libra, and it's like, okay, is there going to be gnarly justice, or is there going to be merciful justice? So there's two energies. It's like the hammer that comes down, or the open energy of like mercy and wisdom and compassion and understanding. I'm the supervisor. Well, there you go. So whoa, that just brings out a lot more. And basically, so you're in the leadership position so that makes sense. So you're in the leadership position, and you really are the one that needs to step up and be in that leadership space. So this tells me that you're the one with the power. You can either bring the hammer down or you can be merciful. But, right, obviously it has to do with everything that's going on within the situation, in the workplace, all of that stuff that will actually determine what's really the best solution, right? So the Scorpio card just jumped out. So this is very dramatic. This is a very dramatic situation. This is triggering people. This is shining a light on some kind of trigger that either that you have and that she has, or this coworker has, and the trigger is like opening up, and it's like somebody sitting there like pushing it, right? Like, okay, you're gonna react to this because it's gonna hurt when I push it, So everyone with Saturn Uranus square, these situations are going to show up, and you're going to have no choice but to deal with it. So how do you deal with it? Libra comes out. There's a very important situation here, and it needs balance. It needs you to somehow, everybody needs to be heard, even though you may have some judgment about it. I think that there needs to be balance and justice. That's what keeps coming out. The Justice card and the Libra card. It's like, all right, like somehow you have to find the middle ground, or and balance out like the drama, like get everybody on the same page, have a conversation if that's necessary. But what I do want to ask now of the cards and the messages is whether this is actually going to happen, right? If this person is actually going to leave and things are going to go back to being peaceful. The card that comes out is the Gemini card, and that is, it's the card of communication. I think that there might be some communication that happens that may fix stuff, but I think is about finding the truth. Gemini is about discovering the truth. Let's pull a couple of more. I wouldn't necessarily say it's karmic, but I definitely, Scorpio can have that kind of energy, but I'm not necessarily feeling that it's karmic. I'm feeling that it's coming up more from Saturn Uranus square. Like it's just showing up right now because it needs to show up. Void, off course, pause in time, change of plans, limbo, improvisation. I think this is kind of the energy that you might be feeling. You're feeling like you're like floating and you're not sure where this is going to continue on. And you're looking for that surety. You're looking for some kind of clarity, which Libra is clarity, because Libra is it's diplomatic. The moon, emotions, instincts, receptivity, and safety. So the moon coming out, feelings have to be expressed and honored and felt. Let me pull an oracle card. This is a very emotional situation. I think that's why it's difficult to see it clearly. It's like the only way you're going to really understand what's going on is if you look at it from an outsider's perspective. All right, so is this really going to happen? And see, I feel like it's going to happen, but it's going to leave lingering uncomfortableness. That's what I'm getting. Get creative. So what this card is saying is there's going to be a lot of value for you right now in putting your focus back where it's best served, and allowing yourself to do your best to change. So not focus so much on the drama and the emotions of it and all of that, although that's going to linger. It's time to move on. That's what, the Get Creative card is about. We take care of people with disabilities who I love. Okay. Yeah. It's a little enmeshed. I can tell because from your question and from the energies that I feel, it's a little bit enmeshed. And I think that's why you're like, I'm not sure if this person is actually going to leave or not, even though they put their 2 weeks notice. Don't communicate with them unless you absolutely have to, and wait for the 2 weeks to be over. I mean, of course, if you work together, then there's communication, but you know what I mean? It's like, just see what happens when the 2 weeks come up. But I have a feeling that maybe you guys will kind of talk about it and maybe come to some kind of understanding. For some reason, that's what I'm getting. Look at that. You got the paradox card. So I think right now you feel like you're not, it is a paradox in a way, because it's kind of like, should I stay or should I go? Is this going to happen or not? So from all of the cards that I got, the main message is that I see that there's going to be communication that happens, that I see that it'll somehow you'll have to figure out your balance. You'll have to, emotions will have to be expressed. This is a very kind of enmeshed energy. It is a very kind of dramatic, situation, and you feel like a really awkward energy. But I think for you, the lesson is that you have to step into your power as the leader of the relationship, because if you work so close together, that's the difficult thing. It's like, oh, and I'm dealing with, relationship things myself, and it's really hard to find that middle ground where you really have to have people that are aware and that are not like crazy and out of their mind to understand and really meet you there in that space. So if this person may or may not meet you there, but I think that you have good intentions about it, and that if you feel the outcome that you want, choose what outcome you want, and then proceed as if that's what's going to happen, because it really is asking for you and your confidence in the situation. It's like not really up to the other person. I really feel like this is your experience of this that's really important for you to process, and that's where you're going to learn from this. So hopefully that kind of gives you some clarity there. So we've got, Chandra. Chandra's next. Yes. And then we've got Julene. And let me go check the PayPal real quick. So I can put your names down on the list. All right, so it was Chandra, and then you're welcome. It may be also testing your ability to stand up for yourself too. Okay, after Julene is going to be Stacy. And after that, it's going to be Rebecca. And after that, it's going to be... Oh, we got Marianne too. Hang on. Hannah. So after Julene, it's going to be Marianne, okay? Because I remember I was talking to you in the middle of that. Okay, so Chandra, Julene, Marianne, Stacy, Rebecca, and Hannah. Okay. Let's pull it up. I'm really excited about this. I haven't really looked at my sister's chart in a long time. Okay. $7.18. Okay. Here we go. Let's put both charts there. And take a picture. And let's share the screen. All right. So let's see what we got here. Chandra, look at all those 8s in your chart. 8s? Oh, you mean the numbers? Okay. Here we go. What's happening for Chandra? So there's not a specific question. You just want me to kind of look at it in general and see what I see? I'll just start talking while you answer. But this is interesting because the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction happened in your 10th house of career. That's interesting. That's like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually, that started it all. That so makes sense. It's not even funny. But then most of it is in your 11th, right? So it's Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Pallas Athena, and then, the sun up until like yesterday, basically, was all in Aquarius in your 11th house. And yes, it's all aspecting your moon in Aquarius. So the 11th house is the house of friendship. It's also the house of acquaintances. It's also this is cool because I love like talking about friends and acquaintances, but usually I think the 11th house goes deeper than that to me. That's why I always say it's also the house of you sharing your gifts. Wait, did I get it wrong? You got the 28 in the back, 2882. No, it's right. Oh, I'm getting confused. The side conversations. Hey, Justin, how's it going? So what's happening is that this is the house of you sharing your gifts with the world, and it's completely being illuminated and highlighted. And where the new moon happened, it happened in this house. So it started in your career because Saturn and Jupiter conjuncted in your 10th house, and so did, see this, there's so much here. So did all the Capricorn energy was all transiting your 10th house. So it was bound to change. Like from the beginning was bound to change. That it was like 22nd degree of Capricorn with Saturn conjuncted Pluto in your chart and in your 10th house of career. So it was like, all right, like this is ending next. And the next is okay. Now you get to step into the world of like the future, the Aquarian age, like how you actually share your gifts with the world, because you also have Aquarius in your 10th house. You have Capricorn at the cusp, but you also have Aquarius. There's a little bit of Aquarius in there. So I think this is an activation of like a whole new energy, a whole new thing, and it kind of matches everything that really has been going on for you in general, like 2020 into 2021. Like it kind of makes perfect sense. Right now, it's okay, Rebecca. Right now, Venus is at 23 degrees where the new moon was. So relationships, right? And also right now, Jupiter is literally conjuncting your moon. So and the moon is the emotions, and the moon is for you, it's like the higher mind and the higher awareness, and that's expanding your moon. It's psychic powers too, because the moon is your psychic powers. You also have, your Pallas, not Pallas Athena, but your Vesta, the asteroid of that flame that shines no matter what. That is getting lit up too during this whole time. Yes, Sparky. That's getting like, so your moon is conjunct Vesta, which is the eternal flame, and your eternal flame is in Aquarius. And that's why it's creativity. It's your passion. That's why it's waking up. Wow. That's actually really cool. No wonder I've been crying every day. Every day. So it's like you're like entering into a whole new zone when it comes to that energy. And then, the South Node is transiting your 9th house of spiritual integration. And so this is a spiritual awakening. You're going through a spiritual awakening. The whole time that South Node is in Sag, this is your spiritual awakening. And it started, it's still in the 9th. So it started in the 9th, probably like right about here, right? So 29 Sag, it's going backwards because that's how the nodes work, and it'll end in your 8th right there, right? So like that's where this reset is happening for you. In the 9th, it starts in the 9th, so it's a spiritual awakening and a new way of interacting with spirituality, but with knowledge, new knowledge coming in. And then it's going to end in the 8th house of death, change, and transformation. So it'll like fully transform you. And then the nodes move into Scorpio. Dude, that's going to be gnarly because that's your 8th house. Oh my God. Here we go. So that's what's happening right now. For you right now, your communication channels are really open. The moon on Aldebaran and Orion in your 3rd house, so the communication channels are open. That's important too. And then look at this, Mars transiting your 2nd house and Uranus too. Oh, that's all the changes. That's all the financial changes. Uranus shaking it up. Uranus here and Saturn in your 10th. Wow, 10th and 2nd, finances and career. Saturn and Uranus are like shaking the foundation. Whoa. That's intense. Okay, we can keep looking at this later because I could keep going forever. I've never actually really looked at it like this, but yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot going on for Chandra. Okay, there you go. We got Julene next, and I think somebody else got on the list, so I'm gonna go check real quick. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all your support. Sparky. Okay. So, yeah, we probably should keep looking at that later. Oh, we got to do that composite chart reading. That's going to be pretty epic. You're welcome. That was really fun for me. It We got Julene and then Marianne and then Stacy, Rebecca, Hannah, and Sparky. And Darcy, if she shows up, let's make sure she got on the list and she was first on the list, but I haven't seen her in the chat. So if you guys see her in the chat, make sure that you tell her that she'll be next whenever she shows up. Okay. So did you want a transit reading, Julene? I think that's what it was. I believe that is it. So we got Julene. Let's enter in your information. Wow, my chat is like totally not even. Hang on. I gotta put. Okay, 6465. And 544. And Phoenix. Okay. So let's put the transits. And then do you have a question that you would like me to answer? Or did you want me to just kind of look at the transits and show you what's going on there in a general sense? What kind of jumps out at me? All right. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. Let's get the juice. Okay, so this is cool. So I'll point this out first because you have a similar thing to Veronica, who we started today with. You have the moon you have Jupiter on Aldebaran, and your sun on, Rigel and the Orion constellation are very close to it. And I think you just said something. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So this is for you. This is a pretty powerful activation for you as well, because it's in your 12th house. So today and tomorrow are and in general this whole time, because the North Node is conjuncting your North Node. You're going through a nodal return, and it's happening like right now into the next few months. You're going to start to feel, or you probably already are feeling, like, I want to do something, that is meaningful to me in my life, that makes me feel like I'm moving forward, like I'm taking myself into, my destiny, my life, my future. And that the moon in these next couple of days, and these are the small portals, right? The moon opens up the quick portals. The sun opens up the bigger portals, because the sun travels much slower than the moon. So the moon is like, go through these portals every month, every time. And so every time when the moon is in Gemini, you have to remember, it lights up your Jupiter, your sun, your Mercury, and your North Node. So that's what you're feeling. You're like, all right, it's time to take action. But the reason that you feel that it's time to take action is because the North Node is there too. That's what's happening right now. And the moon is just lighting it up. Just a quick little flashlight. Like, all right, this is maybe a good opportunity to connect with what you really want, because this is the 12th house of psychic communication. And Aldebaran is Archangel Michael. So this is a good time to connect to Archangel Michael and talk to him, do rituals, call him in, ask him for guidance, all of that, because he will definitely show up, because this is the time, right? This is when the portal opens up. So that's what's going on for you right now. Let me take a look at some of the other stuff. Like the Aquarius stuff for you, this is also tied. So here's something cool. Like, all of the Aquarius stuff is pretty much trining all of your Gemini stuff. And that's a positive, that's a harmonious aspect. So you're probably feeling like this is a beautiful energy, and it's tying into all of your natural placements in Gemini in your chart, in your 12th house and the first house. So first and 12th house. But what's happening is you're feeling like this feels good. This feels like amazing. There is, if I actually check real quick, Jupiter, you've got Jupiter trine Jupiter and transiting Jupiter trine your sun. So Jupiter, because you have Jupiter conjunct. So this Jupiter, transiting Jupiter, is trining your Jupiter and trining your sun. So this is a beautiful, harmonious flow of energy. Sun trine Jupiter is another one of those auspicious days. So you're also going through the same kind of activation as Veronica, is a day of energy. It lasts because Jupiter doesn't move that fast. So this is what's going on right now for you. It's like good luck is coming in, abundance is coming in, it's auspicious energy, it's opportunity. Opportunity is here. So are you going to take those opportunities? Are you open to them? Are you allowing them to come into your life? That's really what's happening right now for you, and you're feeling it in the 9th house and of integration, spirituality, and knowledge, and in the 12th house of the divine. So it's actually a very beautiful combination, and I would definitely take advantage of it. Again, if you have ideas, new projects, this is a good time to do it. She says, I do feel good, and I'm like, when this Uranus square Saturn gonna come raining down? Oh, okay. So you're like, when is it gonna happen? Well, you have, it's the 9th and the 11th house for that square. So you're right. So the Jupiter might be overtaking that. Maybe you're not going to feel it as much because it feels good right now. And that's like, just take that blessing and go, But if you do feel something, you're going to feel it in relationship to either friends or friendships or acquaintances or networks. Those are the themes that are kind of at odds in that square. Making gluten-free almond cookies. I love that, Valerie. Thanks for sharing that. But yes, well then, like, just take it and go, like that's actually really beautiful. I like that. So we're going to do Mary Ann next, and I'm going to pull up your chart while we speak, but I do need your information as well. Mary Ann. Yeah. That was really sweet. So I can move this out of the way again. Almost there. After Mary Ann, I'm going to tell you guys. After Mary Ann, we've got Stacy, Rebecca, Hannah, and Sparky. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Julene. Dodging a bullet doesn't suck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm sure, there's probably, like, maybe you're probably feeling like the collective energy too. And maybe it's a little bit kind of like outside of you, and that's why you feel that like separation. Okay, 6, 11, 6, 6. Okay, 11:10 p.m. All right. And Richmond. Okay, so got it. So do you have a question? So you wanted a transit reading. Is there a specific question, or you want me to do just general what I see and what comes up for me? Yeah, lots of transit charts tonight. Not surprising. Yeah, exactly. Right, Shannon? Everybody wants to know what the hell's going on. So yeah, just let me know what exactly you want to focus on, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, we can do this so we can have a visual, because the visuals are awesome. That's why I got the Epic iPad. Okay, so here we go. In general, we're talking about, the moon right now in Gemini going through Pleiades and Aldebaran and Orion. So let's start with that. So you have, look at all these people, you guys. Almost, not every chart, but almost all the charts have these placements in their chart. Like, this is not a coincidence. Like, you get drawn to receive the message when the portal opens. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, did you really know? Well, yeah, I mean, you've had a starseed reading, but did you really, like, did you remember that? And you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't remember that. So I'm like, wow, every person that I look at has Aldebaran and Orion. So this is Aldebaran, and your sun is basically like near Orion. So this is what's being activated right now. It's your sun and your Mars, which is your action, which is, it's inviting you to, exactly right, Chandra. It's inviting you to open up that space, to start to communicate. Well, especially at home, or with family, or with people that feel home, because this is the North Node transiting this house as well. This is obviously the moon right now in the next couple of days. And it's your sun, it's your soul, and it's your drive. It's your drive to communicate. It's your drive to learn. It's your curiosity that moves you forward in life. That is what is being activated right now for you. So you're feeling this. You're feeling the pull to communicate at home, to talk to the people that you love, to express yourself, to feel like you're being heard. All of those things. I was just telling someone about there always being a theme every Friday. Yeah, right. And that's that's what's going on right now. The North Node, conjunct your sun, and also your Mars as well. Now, when we look at where all the Aquarius stuff is, it's over here. So you have part of it is happening in your 12th, and part of it is happening in your 1st. So 1 degree. So the Saturn Jupiter conjunction happened in your 12th house. So that activated some kind of something psychically opened up for you on December 21st, 2020. Something like opened up. Your mind just expanded, and it, like, the activation happened. And now, as the planets are progressing forward, they are starting to move into your 1st house. So this is about your self-identity. So what I think with Aquarius energy is that a lot is changing for you. Your own identity is changing. You're not really sure 100% what and who you are, but you are becoming something, and it's different than you've ever felt before. Having an Aquarius rising sign tells you that you are already unique, that you are like an individual, that when people look at you, they know, like, oh, that's Marianne. Like, she's her own person, and she's unique, and she's like beautiful in that space, and she's different, and that's cool, right? But this makes you also a little bit of a rebel, but it also opens up right now all of this shining, this strong light. It's like the activation occurred, the psychic abilities were activated, and now you are learning how to become that in your identity, in your sense of self, in who you are. You're like embodying it in the 1st house. So it's like it occurred in the ethers, but now you're learning to embody it. So it can feel, it's a nervous tension for all of us. Wherever the Aquarius is, it's going to make us nervous. It's going to make our nervous system feel like it's going haywire. And for you, you're going to really feel it in your body, because the 1st house is the house of the body too, and your self-identity. So I would say those is where you're going to feel a lot of activations right now. Sounds like a return of some kind. Yeah, for sure. That's also true. And Mars is also right now transiting over your North Node and your Taurus stellium. But in a few days, I don't know exactly when it is. It might be longer than a few days. But Mars is going to conjunct your North Node, and you have your North Node on the Pleiades, on Algol. And then you're going to feel, so in the next couple of weeks, you're going to feel that activation. It's like, okay, what am I here for? I need to start taking action to make that happen. That's why Taurus only comes around also kind of like once a year too. He kind of moves pretty slow too, maybe longer than once a year. But that's basically what's happening. It's like you are understanding that it's time to start to take steady action towards your life purpose. And it's changing too because of Uranus right there too. And this is the house for you. So it's the 12th and the third house is where the square is happening with Uranus. Yeah, right. Aqua aliens unite. So it's like the challenge is how to process and how to get it out, how to get the message out, because you're here to give a message out. North node in the third is Gemini, so it's like you gotta speak it, but you're feeling like that. Whoa, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I don't know how to do it. All that stuff. Yeah, make a change for sure. So there you go. That's what's happening for you, Marianne. So we've got Stacy is next, and then Rebecca, Hannah, and Sparky. And that may be the end of our list tonight. We may not have any more. It just depends on how I feel. Awesome. You're welcome, Marianne, and congratulations. I'm really excited about the Moon Goddess training tomorrow. So I'm going to be pretty much spending all morning preparing myself for tomorrow, because it's a kind of a big day. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. And we're going to do like a pretty powerful check-in, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, I was just thinking of that. What if the return of the Pleiades is actually an activation in us? Yeah. And also yeah, that is a very interesting thing. And I think when you think about the sun, I would go with the sun for that, like the return, because the sun is like a solar return. Okay, Stacy says, I would like a transit reading. It's so much going on for me. Lots of things and people have been let go of. I'm taking leaps of faith forward, lots of healing and facing fears. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Marianne. Okay, so let's pull up Stacy's chart. Go do that. And move this out of the way. So 9178. And I think I am going to cap it at Sparky. 1010. And we've got Durham. Is that North Carolina? I'm pretty sure, but just making sure. Okay. All right, here we are. Let us look at your chart. Oh, that's really sweet, Wendy. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so what do we got going on here? So you're experiencing there's a lot going on, lots of things and people have been let go of. I'm taking leaps of faith forward and lots of healing, facing fears. So I want to, so the releasing and letting go to me, oh, that's funny, Nelly. A lot. Okay, so let's start here. Let's start with your south node, with the south node, the transiting south node. So the transiting south node is moving through your second house, and well, it actually started in the third, but right now it's transiting to the second. So it's emptying the cup. It's like somehow this is related to how you make money, how money comes into your life, the things that are of value to you, your own values, your own self-esteem, and your own sense of self and self-security and comfortability is, it's like there's a clean slate and you're having to recreate yourself in this way or in this sense. That's a big thing to have going on in your second house of all of that. This is where you feel comfortable. So it's actually forcing you to go outside of your comfort zone right now to be to recreate all of those things that I just mentioned. At the same time, you have the North Node transiting your 8th house, and this is where it's going to be aligning with this energy of the Pleiades and Aldebaran and Orion especially. And so there's a lot of change that is coming up. There's a lot of, with Mars transiting there too, it's like you're being forced to make changes that maybe you don't feel like changing, but they have to be made because this is the focus. You have to let go so that you can make space for obviously new things that are coming into your life, but it feels really intense. It feels kind of like a dark night of the soul. It feels like a tower moment because this is, we're talking about the 8th house where where a lot of changes happen that feel really, really uncomfortable. And that's the node, the axis, not the nodal axis, but the duality that's going on is in your 2nd house and your 8th house. And that has to do with your relationship to the physical environment and your relationship to the resources that come into your life. So those things are drastically, they're going through this like a reset right now. So that's going to feel really intense. At the same time, you've got the Uranus going through your 7th, and then the Aquarius going through your 4th. And now everything's entering into your 5th house. But that in itself is, relationships are a big part of what's happening right now. This is where the square is happening between the 4th house of the home and the 7th house of relationships. So Uranus is also almost conjunct your Chiron, which means that your Chiron is like shoots the lightning bolt and strikes, shakes things up, like creates the earthquake, and then that's the awakening. That's what wakes you up to reality or into another dimension, or that's what Uranus does. It's like it's a different kind of change. It's sudden change. And you may be experiencing that, and it's obviously going to feel really uncomfortable because it has to do with the relationships in your life that are really intimate, right? Family, home, and then, your loved ones, and then your partnerships and all of that stuff. Like, you are also experiencing so much change that it can feel like everything is falling apart. Because like I said, then it also involves, this duality of the 2nd and the 8th house, which is stability and then drama, So like it's just like, the only really advice that I can give is to trust the process, because of course it's unveiling something that needs to be unveiled so that you can come into the awareness of it, change what doesn't work, and then move on and move forward with your life. And then allow yourself you're going to be able to enter a more creative space when it's all over, because all of this is going to move into your 5th house. Yes, it has hit them hard. Yeah. So that's the creativity is coming. Everybody's going to slowly start to move into your 5th house, and you're going to feel like, okay, now I can be in my passion again. Now I can feel good. Like, it's all going to start to calm down. And in a psychic way, the activation will happen, because as everything starts to move into Pisces, into your 5th house, it's like, now I can be with the divine. Like, now I can be with my gift. And that's what makes that super powerful. So hopefully that gave you some insight there, Stacy. Thank you. Thanks again for signing up for this reading. Rebecca is next. Thank you everyone for being here and supporting me tonight. We got Rebecca, Hannah, and the Sparky, and then that is it for the evening. Yeah, exactly. All right. Derek got a promotion in his company. He kind of walked into a shit show with his new role. He's doing amazing, but would like to know if work will get calmer soon so we can spend some time together. You're welcome, Stacy. Okay, let's see what's going on. What's the underlying theme of what's happening right now? We'll pull a major arcana first. Oh, okay, that just flew out. Okay, the Temperance card. The mantra of this card in this deck is, may the Lord make me an instrument of peace. The Temperance card, this is funny because you're like, is it going to get peaceful? Yes, it is. The Temperance card is all about like, everybody, let's relax. Let's feel the healing energy. Let's feel the power of peace and harmony. And then it's like she's pouring, water from one cup to the other. So like, okay, one cup's being emptied, but then the other one's getting filled. I want to pull some more. So let's pull some astrology cards. I do feel like the peace is coming for sure. Oops, I dropped it. Hang on. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. Look at this. This card that just came out. The last quarter card. It's almost like the last battle. So peace is arriving, and this is like definitely like, for some reason it's like, obviously when you take that higher perspective of like it's happening for a reason, then you allow it to be what it is, right? But this is the last quarter. So this is the last challenge. This is the last difficulty, and it will eventually end, because this is a time of, it's like a transition time. It's also letting go. It's about forgiveness, and it's about adapting. That's the last quarter phase of the moon. So then we get the Leo card. The Leo card is ruled by the sun, and it's about, so here's what I see. It's very simple. The peace is definitely going to arrive. It's like it's on the verge. It's almost here. You have to trust that this is just the last challenge, the last square, the last little bit of like uncomfortable energy. You're gonna have to feel that and go through that. And today, actually, the moon is squaring the sun, or it did square it earlier today, and then the sun will come out again. Literally, I'm not even kidding. That's the message that I'm getting, is the sun will come out again. And obviously that saying means that the gnarliness or the conflict will eventually dissipate, the storm will pass, and the sun will come out again. That's what I'm getting. I want to pull a few oracle cards too, though, to see what other insight we can get about the situation, or anything that would help you understand it better. Let's see. And the other question too is, will we be able to spend more time together? Well, yes, if the calmness comes, then of course the answer will be yes. So what else? Oh, share wisdom. That's pretty cool. So there's definitely a powerful learning. This is a powerful learning spot for you in some way. There's something about it that wants to tell you that you're actually becoming wiser because of this. Wow. So three cards kind of jumped out. The first one is withdraw. You guys, didn't you get this card too, Rebecca, the other day? So there, at some point, you will have to be like, okay, I need to take care of myself. So I'm going to need to take some time, I'm going to need to like just step back for a second. You may need to take a little break, if that's even possible, to recharge yourself of all of it. Then the next card is release. and the frog is here. So it's let go of like all the tension that you feel, because the last quarter moon card shows you that there's tension, but then it's time to release it, right? So like releasing it it'll take you some time to let all of that go. And then you need to trust that you're being completely guided right now. The ancestor card comes out. You're being guided and you're being protected. And this is something that will for sure pass. So that's the main message that I get is, so this is not, when it will be, it's like already ending in some way. It's already slowing down. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you guys. We've got Hannah. Hannah is next, and then Sparky. And I will check PayPal again, but I don't think anybody else signed up. But anyways, the list is also closed. And then I have to like check out, and you're welcome, Rebecca, and start focusing on tomorrow in the Moon Goddess training, which I can't freaking wait. I'm so excited that we're meeting while the moon is opening up this portal tomorrow with Aldebaran and Orion. That's really exciting. So what you got for us, Hannah? Exactly, Shannon. Here comes the sun. Da-na-na-na. It's all right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. A magical drink of the gods. I'm just kidding. It's called, there's a company called Organic Muscle, where that is kind of like Purium. You guys have heard me promote Purium before and do Purium cleanses. I drink Purium every day. I drink their Power Shake every day. But then there's this new company that has a good protein option, and this product actually that I'm drinking is called their Brain Boost or something like that, and it's it helps to like it helps your brain with like function. Is that really your ringtone, Rebecca? Are you kidding me? I heard it. It was like when I saw the Leo card, I was like, here comes the sun. That is crazy. That is seriously crazy. Wow. All right. If Hannah is not here, then we'll go with Sparky. You drank the Power Shake and fiber today? Nice. Yeah, I still take Purium every day. I take their supplements every day. It's amazing. Soon we'll do a cleanse together for all of you guys that are already signed up with Purium, and for all of you that want to sign up for the first time. They have a 10-day cleanse option, but they have a 30-day option as well. So that, yeah, it's a really nice way to feel better in your body, just to do like a little reset, energetic reset. So there you go. For some reason. Okay. Oh, I'm like holding these tarot cards. Oh, you guys know what? So Hannah, when you're ready, also we'll do your question next. But I got a new deck of cards, you guys. It is yeah, we should totally do that together, Chandra, for sure. And then have like whoever wants to join us, just like me and Jason used to do it. Join us in a group, and we can start our own MeWe group, or just do it in the Channel for Grace group or something like that. Goddess Reset Cleanse. Ooh, I really like that. Hannah or Darcy, let us know if you're still be getting readings tonight. I know. Okay, there's Hannah's question, but I'm gonna go and do Sparky's question, okay? And then we'll get you, Hannah. So I'll come back and look at it. But the funny thing is that I had these tarot cards in my hands, and for you, Sparky, they wanted to be used. It's like they knew what was gonna happen. Okay, and also I was telling you about the new deck of cards I got. It's called the, what is it called? It's the Nefertiti or something like that tarot deck, and it's like the gold foil cards. I don't know, man. I randomly pulled up a YouTube video and I saw it, the cards, and I was like, that's my deck. I was like, I absolutely have to have that deck. So that's basically what happened. And I got it, and it's coming tomorrow, and I can't freaking wait to finally to use those cards. That's okay, Hannah. It's okay, but we got your question. I know it's there. I'm going to just scroll back to it when I'm done with Sparky's reading, and then we'll good. Okay. Will someone put in the chat to Hannah to make sure that she's watching at the right time somehow? I don't know how to explain that, you know. I just don't know how to explain that. Okay. So, here we go. So tarot cards for you. Yeah, will someone put that in the chat for Hannah, cuz she's like, "Hello." But she's not watching it in real time, so she's behind. Okay. Here's the first card, the Two of Swords. So this, somehow this Libra person is like having a hard time making a decision, or being, you know, knowing what they want. Yes, thank you, Sparky. So they're like, it's at a crossroads. He's kind of at a standstill. That's what's going on right now. The Magician comes out as well, though, and the Magician card, so it's a card of manifestation. This is interesting because right after that, the Three of Swords comes out. I am here in real time now. Okay. The Three of Swords. Let me just show you all the cards, and then, because I need to think about this for a second. The next card that comes out is, this is the King of Pentacles. And this deck is so cool. And then it is the Empress card as well. But you're seeing it from the back. So these are the vice versa tarot. So we're seeing her from the back, which is significant. This tarot, whether you're looking at the card from the front or the back, it has meaning. So we start with the Two of Swords, but we are also looking at the back side of it. So he could also be kind of seeing your energy, seeing where you're at. This could be the visualization of him kind of looking at you from behind, right? And so there's also, interestingly enough, she has two swords, but the two swords, one of them is red and one of them is blue, which to me reminds me of twin flame energy. However, what this is really saying is that somehow he sees you, but he also can't reach you. Like he can't. So energetic. We're talking energetically, right? Because you asked like what's going on energetically. He sees you, but he's like, your back is turned to him for some reason. So some kind of wall is there in between. Now, there's magic that is needed, right? There's magic that is needed in order for this, it's shocking, in order for this situation, or whatever's happening, you know, in his life, I feel like he needs to open himself up to his own magic. It's like he's focusing and he's getting like talk to the hand, and he's not seeing his own magic because he's focusing too much on the heartbreak. He's focusing too much on, there's just there's almost like this healing energy that he has to heal himself, but he's not really, I don't think he really knows how to do that or be in that space. When I see the King of Pentacles and then the Empress, but looking back again, so there we go. There's like, so both of these cards are facing forward, and these two are masculine cards. So he's like, hey, I'm over here, like I've got the torch, I'm shining it, like can you see me? But he's not getting a response energetically, and so he's feeling heartbroken. And then here it is, like, hey, I'm over here, like can you see me? I'm grounded, I'm in a strong space, but then he's getting her back. So overall, what I see is that energetically, you're not in the same space. He's there and you're over there. And it's like if you think about an interdimensional sort of, like there's two train tracks, but they'll never meet. Even though they're going towards each other, they're just slightly off. So they'll never meet. They're like, one goes one way and one goes the other way. I'm trying to stay in the receptive mode. Okay. Okay. So, Hannah, give me 1 second. As soon as I'm done with Sparky's reading, I'll do your reading. Okay. So that's what's happening. It's like he's facing you, but your energy is facing away. Or it may not be, but that's his perception of it. Like he feels like there's some kind of a wall, or he's not seeing it, or he's blind. Maybe he's the one putting up the wall. You know what I mean? He's putting up the wall. So somehow there's a mismatch. He keeps looking at you, like searching for you, but it's almost like you've moved on a little bit energetically and you don't realize it. Maybe you've found your own space, or I just don't see it like, we're in one place and we're at the same time and we feel good because we're communicating, right? What I see is that there's a mismatch there. And he may be wanting to come towards you, but he feels like, oh, this isn't happening. This is not working yet. I'm not ready. That kind of stuff. That's what I feel is coming through with this message. Anyways, so I don't know if that gives you any insight, but those are some really interesting cards. Yeah, good intention. Yes. That is a good way to put it. Good intentions, but poor communications. Because it's true. You're not facing each other. He keeps looking at your back. You know what I mean? He's like, you can't talk to someone unless you're face to face, and that's not happening. So that's what I'm feeling. That's like the energy that I'm feeling. So thanks, Sparky. I hope that was clear. It's funny because I was looking at it. It was like, he's like, yes. And then the image is like, no, like, you can't. Either he's not approaching you in a way that you're ready to receive energetically, or he's just kind of, that's what I'm getting. So I don't want to put, words into your mouth or into your experience, but that's just the message that I'm getting. So it will definitely help to maybe turn around, right? If you want to. Because so you said you are in the receptive mode, but at the same time, are you really? Right? Because what I got from the cards is like actually the opposite. Now, here's a little twist. Maybe the cards where he has his back, that like that the two female figures have their back, and then there's the heartbreak card. Maybe that's him, and you're standing in the place of the Magician and the Emperor. Maybe it needs to be twisted around, right? Because you often speak of like you hold a strong sense of self, a strong kind of masculine sense of self, and maybe I'm reading it like, okay, the female figures I'm thinking is you, but maybe it's the opposite. Maybe he's the one that feels like, you're like, I'm right here. But then he's like, no, I'm not facing you. I'm heartbroken and I'm not available. So think of it that way. And if that makes sense, like you'll feel it instantly if I read that wrong and it actually flipped. So that's something to think about. Okay, so Hannah, here we go. Hannah, are you in the chat? Can you hear me right now that I'm calling your name? Are you ready for this reading? I'm going to scroll back to your reading, your question. This says, hi, Tarot, please. Just a whole lot going on from relationship to like everything ever. Just your take on what the cards have to say. Okay, got it. Yes. He tempted to jump in. Yay. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to use tarot for you too, for some reason. And I can't wait to get my tarot cards tomorrow. You guys are making me excited to use tarot. So Hannah, what is going on for Hannah? I know a little bit from what you've told me. You're dealing with a lot. Hannah is in the Moon Goddess training, you guys, but she has literally not been able to show up because she's been dealing with like crazy situation after crazy situation. So we're going to send her some love and some goddess magic and some goddess healing. And here we go. Let's see what your spirit guides, angels, teachers want to tell you, what guidance they want to give you, Hannah. Here we go. Okay. And this is our last reading unless Darcy comes in. Okay. Let's see what's going on. What else does she need to know? Whoa. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you to all the moderators too. All right, first card we get is the Knight of, oh wow. The Knight of Wands is the first card we get. Hey, Abby. We also get the Queen of Wands. Wow. We also get the Page of Cups. These are all, well, except for the first one, these are kind of staring at us. And the Empress, as well as the Five of Cups. There's a lot going on there. Okay. So the Wands cards are the cards of the activation, the passion, the fire, the action, right? This is the fire, the element of fire. What I see you in this card, because the images of these cards are really the messages more than the traditional tarot meaning. The Knight of Wands traditionally means like your passion is being activated. You're moving forward towards your passion. This is all happening. But somehow you are walking away. What this feels like to me is that it's a little bit of disillusionment. I feel like disillusionment, and you're leaving empty-handed. It's like you were excited, but then, so many things are happening that just feel like it's gloomy. But here's the thing that I want to tell you about this card. I'm going to flip it over so you can see the front. He's actually riding a unicorn. I don't know if you can see that it has a horn. The horse has a horn. It's a unicorn. He's riding a unicorn, but you're going through a stormy night. You're going through a stormy energy. Do you see that? You have your light, you have your torch, you have something is guiding your way, but you are feeling like right now it's like a dark time and there's a storm and you're going through it. Can you see the difference between the two sides? But there's magic, right? In the unicorn. You're actually riding a unicorn, and the unicorn is literally magic. It will literally activate. It's guiding you. It's like carrying you, right? It's like taking you through. And so what this says is that you really have to trust that you're being guided in the right direction, that you're moving forward, and that the storm will pass. That's the trust that you need to have. Now, the Queen of Wands, once you get through, right, this sort of intense, dark, stormy night, you're going to feel like you're going to get back into your power. Your passion will activate again, because that's what the Queen of Wands is. It's like she is creative. She is expressive. She is passionate. She is very much like the Leo energy. I'm picturing the card, the Queen of Wands in the moon something deck. I can't remember, but she's just like a little more grounded. I had a dream that has stuck with me for a year or more, involving a storm, among other things. Yeah, but you will find your grounding again, and when you do, that's when you're going to start to slowly come back to yourself. This is a time of a lot of healing for you, and I can see this with the Page of Wands. He's standing here. He's standing in the water, and this is very much the same image that we see traditionally when we see the goddess Venus. She comes from the water. She emerges from the water, and the water is the emotions. So you're submerged right now in the emotions. The thing about the Page of Wands in this deck is that he has a cup, and he literally has the fish in the cup, right? The cup obviously has water, and the fish is like jumping out of the water. Let's see if I can put it a little closer. There we go. So the fish in the symbology of tarot and astrology is Christ consciousness. It is the sign of Pisces. It is the opening of the heart space. It is the connection to our divinity. So this is a major spiritual transformation that you're going through. Like, you have to process all of this, and it's going to take time. But you are standing here, emerging from the water, and you have an opportunity to see the higher perspective of what's going on in your life, what you're learning, what you're experiencing. It's a lot of emotion, but it's definitely guided, right? Because you are moving forward. You're on the horse, or you're on the unicorn. You are moving forward. And in order to reactivate your passion, it's like, this is a spiritual awakening. Yeah, Venus and Pisces, this is a transition. It can also be a transition from life to death and death to life as well. Now, when the Empress card shows up, I see you coming back into your strength and coming back into your power, and like sitting on your throne and remembering the beauty of life, and remembering to enjoy, just being here on this earth, and to connect, the star. I feel like the stars in the sky of this card, and the main star at the top is it's like your North Star. Keep looking forward, keep moving forward. Like, don't stop moving forward, because you will feel that all of this has meaning beyond what you can comprehend right now. All of it does. It's beyond you right now, and that's why it feels so challenging, and that's why it feels so difficult. And there's a lot of grief. There is major grief that you're experiencing right now. This is really intense. It's a lot. It's really heavy. But here's the beauty of the Five of Cups. It is the card of grief, experiencing grief. But in this version, in looking behind him, look at the hope, the rose that like grows from the desert, right? The rose that shines a light. The rose, the sisterhood of the rose, the goddess, your goddess family, right? Like that is what's going to help. That's one of the things that's going to help you get through this, is the connection to the sacred divine feminine. So I want to pull a couple of the oracle cards for you. But yeah, that deck, I haven't used it in a while, and it really wanted to come out for you and Sparky. So here we are. Movement. The snakes. Transformation, transmutation, death, shedding your skin. But keep moving. Don't stop moving. Don't get stuck anywhere. Just slowly as you can, keep moving forward. You'll make it through it. Trust that you're being guided. The ancestors card comes out. Trust that you're being guided. You're not alone. You're not alone through this transit. And there is a lot of release that you're experiencing. We get the frog in this card. There's a lot that you're letting go of right now. And you have to just, unfortunately, the scary part is to just trust the process and trust that there's a higher message, a higher meaning here. So that's the message that wants to come through. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in. Thank you. And thank you, Hannah. And if we don't see you tomorrow, then we'll definitely see you next time. Also the sign of the goddess. Yes. Thank you, Shannon. The snake is also the sacred feminine. Trust in your own goddess powers. And I think you'll be able to hear that you're actually being really guided right now through all of this. So, all right. Yes. So we are going to finish off there. We didn't get to Darcy today. I'm not sure what happened with her, but we will definitely get to Darcy next time. And you're welcome, Hannah. And I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Enjoy this portal that has opened up. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I did a video earlier today. I uploaded it, and it is all about this portal that the moon is opening right now with the Pleiades, Aldebaran, and the Orion star seeds. So I want to thank you guys all for all of your support tonight. And thank you, yes, everyone, for being here. Thank you to all the moderators as well, and everyone that signed up for a reading. Remember, your name is now on the list to win the giveaway for the month of February. Saturn, Uranus, Moon, Sun, Venus, Mars square for Darcy. Yeah, exactly. So thank you again. And the next time I'll be live, well, it'll be tomorrow with the moon goddesses. But the next time I'll be live is going to be next Wednesday for our weekly show, The Magic of Venus. But between now and then, I am going to be uploading another video because Sunday is another day of magic. But I'm gonna leave that one as a surprise. Sunday is another portal that's opening up. So love you guys. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Sherry. Yeah, have a great night. Thank you, Justin, Wendy, Chandra, Shannon, Rebecca, Dawn. Thank you, everybody. Hannah, I'll see you guys very soon. Have an amazing weekend. Sat Nam.